All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who push out this word at a high frequency. Peace and safety to the elect laboring around the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make their calling of election sure. And Shalom to the sincere Aqua. All right, this is the brother Tazawam, and this lesson here is going to be entitled The Discipline of the Mouth. All right. And that is something I felt like compelled to go into because this truth, even though you have a understanding of the Bible and the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, sometimes you still got to keep a lid on it, man. This truth doesn't mean, you go around spewing out anything out your mouth, just to try to be controversial or to be deep. Or to be the most, seen brother, because eventually it leads to you going off, just being rash with your mouth, man. You gotta meditate upon the scriptures and you gotta think before you speak. Don't speak before you think, man. All right. So this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 23, verse 7. It says, "Hear, O ye children, the discipline of the mouth. He that keepeth it shall never be taken in his lips." And a lot of these guys that end up getting kicked out of these camps or end up leaving these camps, it's always brought out the things that they were saying in the midst of the camp. Like the whole situation with ITR and the whole Dan thing. All right. These are things that, you got to prohibit yourself from saying, man. All right. This truth does not mean just because you know a couple scriptures and you pretty much got an understanding of the word that you just fly off at the mouth, man. All right. This is a very calculated operation, man. This is a very, serious operation that we're on, man. And Esau is looking to trip us up in our words. He trying to present a case. And he's trying to use our words. That's why, even on the comment boards, man, when you watching the apostles and the elders, or you leaving comments under their videos, for the most part, man, you want to, put a scripture, drop a scripture, instead of, having all these carnal sayings, these carnal ass comments, you gotta have the discipline of the mouth, man. All right. It's a time and a place for everything. And in this truth, man, this truth is really strictly should be about edification. And even another thing, gossiping and murmuring. Don't be in these camps, gossiping and murmuring about all the brothers that you encounter, man. Just because you might see one or two little things about his spirit that's off, and then you just think the whole person is off. It's like, nah, man, you see certain things, you got to call it out and correct it. But don't just use your mouth and just go, hey, he this and I don't respect that, this and that, and, I this and he that. But you ain't saying nothing to that person. Eventually, it comes back and it bites you in your ass. Verse 8, "The sinner shall be left in his foolishness. Both the evil speaker and the proud shall fall thereby." And, that's actually a sense of pride, man, when you just utter anything out your mouth, when you just flying off at the lip. All right. That is that's what you call pride, man, and evil speaking. And a lot of it happens, while these men be in the camp, and then eventually that evil saying or that rash mouth of yours, eventually it catches up to you and you start spewing out more provocative or profane sayings and breakdowns and things of that nature, man. Just totally out of the spirit. It said, verse 9, "Accustom not thy mouth to swearing, neither use thyself to the naming of the Holy One." So, hey, accustom not yourself to swearing, man. This thing is, like I was saying, man, it's not about, it's about adding to the word, to the ministry of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, according to the measure that was parted unto us through the Spirit. That's what it's about. It's not going, see, what Jake be doing is they get a little understanding. And that's why the scripture said knowledge puffeth up. They get a little understanding and they feel like that they got the whole thing, the whole shebang down pat, man. It's like, nah, you got to add to the ministry, man. Jake want to be that person that wants to say something that nobody has ever said. which the Spirit of the Lord will move on you in due time to, go deep. But for the most part, just work according to your measure. Add to the ministry in due season, in this proper order, man. All right, this is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 16. It says, "But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness." So you're supposed to shun, which means as a matter of fact, let me get it. I'll just get the word shun in the blue letter. Bear with me 1 second, brothers. All right. Let me get the word shun. Okay, it says to place around one, to stand around, to turn oneself about for the purpose of avoiding something. So you're supposed to avoid vain talking, man. Gossiping, murmuring, whispering, about brothers in the body, about certain schisms that may have occurred, but you haven't went to that brother and told him. You're supposed to shun that type of talking, man. It says, for they will increase unto more ungodliness. That's what ends up happening, man. All right. Those conversations or those words that you speak, they lead to more controversy and ungodliness, man. It says, and their word will eat as doth a canker, of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus. All right. So your words will eat you away. You got to remember, man, the Lord deals with a holy and pure spirit, and a man is going to be known through the multitude of his words, man. That's how you know a man, by what he says, man, what he talks about, man, how he speaks. You could tell a man's spirit, and I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys, man. A lot of these guys that come into these camps that ain't right, man, they utter some crazy shit. You like, the fuck? This man thinking about, man. It's like, all right, man. You can't just be flying off at the mouth, man. I put a lid on it, man. And if you shall speak, let it be according to edification. That's the thing with Jake, man. Jake needs a platform for themselves, man. But the Most High ain't dealing with that type of spirit, man. Never have, never will, man. The Lord deals with pure, clean, spirited people, energy. And that's why we got to continue to purge and go through our trials and tribulations, because the more we go through these things, the more purified our spirit becomes. And the Lord increases us, brings us up on another level so that we can speak more pure words. You just spewing out filthy words, man. You gossiping. You just flying off the lid with your mouthpiece, man. The Most High ain't gonna deal with that, and eventually your words gonna bury your ass, man. Ecclesiastes 5:2, and I'm gonna close out after this. It says, "Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart," meaning your mind. That's what the word heart means. "Let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High." And we got to constantly remember, even when we at camp, don't go above and beyond your measure, man. Trying to, just spew out filth and provocative sayings, man. Just keep it simple, man. Bring the word out, edify, bring the scriptures out. Prophesy one by one. When the spirit jump on you, push the word. The spirit ain't on you, don't force it, man. Deal with order, because we got to remember, when we out of these camps and when we doing these videos and when we having these conversations with brothers, the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is in the midst of us, and everything that we say and we speak is being documented, man. And some things you may say, like, what the fuck is this brother talking about, man? And it says, like we had one guy that used to be in our camp always talk about hitting, dealing with big, fat, sloppy women. It's like, brother, what's wrong with you, man? That shit nasty. Just saying shit, man. And then eventually he left the camp, because he was showing signs that he was just spewing out madness out of his spirit, man. It says, "For the Most High is in heaven, and thou upon earth, let thy words be few." So the Lord deals with the humble, man, the lowly. you know, especially when you at a young age coming into camp. You know, for the most part, man, you're supposed to be a sponge, just soaking things up, man. And, you know, then eventually you let that water flow. All right. Verse 3, for a dream coming through a multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by multitude of words. You know, that's how a man is known, by his words, man. You could tell a lot about a man about how he talks, what he talks about, you know, how he views certain things, how he views you. You could tell by listening to, you know, looking and listening to how a person talks to you. You can tell how he looks at you, what he thinks about you without him even having to say it. So you got to be careful with what you're uttering, Akim, you know, especially in these times. You know, Esau is looking, he's monitoring our pages. He's monitoring us at camp, our comments and everything, man. So don't be, you know, just being all carnal out the lip, man. Keep it spiritual, man. Keep it simple. All right. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors once again to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and safety to the elect, men, women, and children. Shalom.